Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. This chode with a tie is the Alabama State Representative Reed Ingram. He's a Republican, a 2A butter, and one of the reasons we don't do party politics around here, and I will never vote for a politicritter just because they're on the red team. What's a 2A butter? But it's the kind of dude who says, I support the 2A, but everybody knows. And what comes after that but completely invalidates what comes before it. Just like when somebody says, I don't want to offend you, but gay. Or, I'm not gay, but nevertheless. Douchebags like this think we all have to vote for them, and all they need to do is take a couple of pics with an expensive over-under shotgun. Ingram here doesn't like Alabama's permitless carry bill and wants to raise the age to 21 to concealed carry. If his bill passes, police would be able to shake down anyone they want, and that person would have to produce ID to prove they're old enough to exercise their rights. The session is over and the bill isn't going anywhere, so one wonders what Ingram was even trying to accomplish by sponsoring it. Also, you're gonna have to wait until 2026 to primary him. But it would be impossible for us to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Franklin Armory because anything worth shooting once is worth shooting twice, and going binary is your Fed-approved solution. Want reduced split times and tighter groups? With a Franklin Armory binary firing system, you can improve these important shooting metrics and more. Visit franklinarmory.com and gain the selectable option to fire on both the pull and release trigger functions of your semi-automatic firearm today. And by Hydra. The Mark 15 Hydra is the most versatile black rifle platform the industry has ever seen. The most you will ever need to convert calibers is a barrel, bolt, and magwell. Changing is quick and easy, and the combinations are practically limitless. And by our newest sponsor, Aguila Ammunition, just in time for Plinko de Mayo. So head to the range with a box of Aguila 22 and shoot a video of you planking away. Then tag Aguila Ammo for your chance to win a swag bag. Back in October, we told you about how President Poopy Pants placed a 90-day pause on firearm exports. Well, that turned into 6 months, and now the regime has decided to make it permanent. The final rule issued by the Commerce Department's Bureau of Industry and Security reduces export licenses from 4 years to 1 year and more or less bans exports to 36 countries, with export licenses to other countries subject to department discretion. That's expected to cost the gun industry $250 million, and it's just another flagrant attempt to hurt gun makers. If you're in a decision-making position in the gun industry, do you need any more reason to stop doing business with the federal government? Now, I know those government contracts pay the bills and you want your employees to be able to eat, but they are never going to stop trying to put you out of business, so why reward them? How can you tell when a gun-grabbing control freak is lying? Their lips move. They'll swear up and down they just want to make us safer and gun control prevents crime. Giffords rates Washington an A-, and they claim it ranks 36 out of 50 states for gun death. Except a new study by Simran Law Group rates Washington as the 8th most dangerous state in the union. The truth is that strict gun control has little effect on violent crime. Of the top 10 safest states, about half of them are reasonably free of 2A violations. Likewise, some of the most dangerous states have draconian restrictions on the right to bear arms. The fact is, gun laws don't really correlate with violent crime one way or another, or at least numerous other factors are much more impactful. Now, if all other factors were equal, I do believe that areas where the people are allowed to defend themselves would naturally have lower crime rates, but so many other factors play a much larger role, like releasing violent criminals into the populace. Have you ever heard of a control freak compromising? Their idea of compromising is to demand something ridiculous, then demand something even more ridiculous.
Let me taste your butt.
No, you can't taste my butt.
How about your ball sack?
Well, that's worse.
Not for me.
Just once, I'd like to see them say, okay, look, we really want to get this universal background check bill passed. So, tell you what, if you give us UBC, we'll take silencers off the NFA. Yeah, I know, stop dreaming. And for the record, I'm not sure I'd even take that deal, but at least that would be a real, actual compromise. Not like these Colorado homophobes. They introduced a bill to punish theft victims by fining them $500 if their gun is stolen out of a vehicle. That sounds like a great way to make sure people never report the theft, which means cops can't arrest people for having a stolen gun either. But their idea of compromise is to fine the thief $1,000 also. If they ever caught them, of course. As always, there are exemptions in the law for the king's men. Now remember, this law isn't about having unsecured guns in the vehicle. This law is about leaving guns unsecured and then it resulting in theft. So why is it okay if crackheads steal fully automatic rifles from cop cars? And if they really wanted to do something about vehicle thefts, they would eliminate the defenseless victim zones, which encourage people to leave guns behind in their cars in the first place. The DEA has finally admitted jazz cabbage is not actually more dangerous than cocaine and methamphetamine. Marijuana was considered a Schedule I drug, while the aforementioned nose candies were only Schedule II.
Where'd you learn that, Cheech? Drug school?
Now, the DEA is moving the devil's lettuce to Schedule III. That means it might not be illegal at the federal level for someone to use it with a prescription, but I say might, because it would still require dispensaries to jump through numerous federal hoops, the same as pharmacies have to, and those dispensaries might be pretty reluctant to do that, especially in recreational states. So, what does that have to do with you as a gun owner? Well, it means you can't just spark up a left-handed cigarette quite yet. I mean, well, obviously you can. Drug laws are no more effective than gun control laws after all. But if you do indulge, you'll still likely be considered an unlawful user by the federal government. And again, if you drink coffee every day or drink more than 3 beers on a regular basis, you're also breaking the law if you answer no on question 21F of ATF Form 4473, because you would be considered addicted to a stimulant or a depressant. The question clearly says, are you an unlawful user of or addicted to? That word or means that if you are addicted to any stimulant or depressant, you must answer yes. On the other hand, it's not like they could even know unless you're out there posting videos of yourself with a bong and a gun. In all seriousness, this change is unlikely to make much difference, and the people who are caught up are likely to be the same sort of folk who are currently jammed up. That is to say, they got pulled over in a traffic stop by locals in a state where that wacky tobacco is still illegal. What do you think? Can gun owners spark up now? Has anything really changed for us? Is there an aspect I'm missing? And now, for your moment of zen. Hey friends, do you like pews and other pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you pure uncut American pew-paganda at the low, low price of $3.99? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you. We don't smoke bombs, dude. Bombs smoke in Soviet Russia. Bombs smoke you.